Welcome to another episode of Just One Run. You joined me at the end of January, back on the syndicate I was fishing last year. It's 2020 now. We're here to take a look back on 2019 and a look forward to 2020 and what the future holds for this channel. But right now, it's just me and this little fella. We're going to try and find some fish before dark and we're going to try and set up on them. But until then, yeah, let's go and get it out. Right, that's it. As you can see, we flicked around the deeper. We found some fish in about 7 foot of water in about 15 foot. So we flicked out 3 adjustable zigs. It's not really the one here for winter form. The lake's deep, it's Baltically cold, and it ain't got great winter form, to be honest. But that's not why we're here. We're here to say goodbye. And that's all you're going to hear from me today. I'm going to get back in the Wong bivvy. We're going to chill out, watch the football, and tomorrow we're going to catch up on everything 2019 and everything 2020. Hello, good morning, and yeah, nothing last night, just as predicted. And like I say, it's not really the greatest place to come in the winter. It's 15 foot basically over the whole lake. Not really winter depth you really want to be looking for. If I was to pick a lake to fish in the winter, it'd be no more than 6 foot. Obviously it warms up quicker and more chance of bites for the fish, less water to hide in, and loads of other stuff. You usually find them in these deep waters, mid-depth and stuff like that. Like I said yesterday, we flicked around that deeper, and we found a couple of fish icons, nothing major, about halfway down. So we put 3 zigs on, and we put settle to halfway, but nothing. It was no surprise to me. We're not here for that really. We're here to shoot this the video, and it's my last ever session on the syndicate. And I thought we'd recap the whole of 2019, because it was a good year on here. It was a brilliant year, and I thought we'd do that. So we'd jump straight into it, and here's what happened in 2019. Yeah, it was a tough start. What happened was I was a bit stuck to where to fish in 2019, so I contacted the owners of this place, and they basically said if I got a winter ticket, then I would secure my place for the season, which I did. I bought a winter ticket. I was really looking forward to this place. I mean, I looked at some photos and see the crackers that were in here, and I really wanted to get a go. There's no monsters, which was the only downfall, but the looking of the fish made up for that, I think. So yeah, I got on here. I joined January. I fished in January, and it was tough. It was a tough going. I didn't see a fish, let alone I didn't really see any people, to be honest. I see 1 or 2, but I didn't see any fish. And yeah, it was a really tough start. I think I'd done 10 nights with nothing, and was scratching my head, to be honest. But we kept battling away, and we thought, oh, there must be one on the way soon. But yeah, tough start. Yeah, the breakthrough came, I think it was about March time. So I fished from January to March with not seeing a fish, you know, and the breakthrough came. I was up a tree in a swim called the Drain, bang opposite me as I am now. And I was up a tree, and all of a sudden looked down, and bang, there it was, my first sighting of a fish. And not just any fish as well, it was a massive common, well over 30 pound, and almost fell out the tree. 2 months without seeing a fish, and 2 months of looking desperately. I've probably climbed every single climbable tree on this place in them 2 months, and hadn't seen a thing. So to see a fish, it was quite something. And yeah, I almost fell out the tree. Well, off the mark, bloody hell. Yeah, so it's getting into end of March now, April time. I'll have to re-go back on this before I edit, and you'll see, I'll put a date up of the first fish. But I'd start seeing them regularly then. I'd start seeing a couple of fish every time I came, and I think it was the beginning of April, and we finally got off the mark. I was fishing the Carp 1 bay, and I'd got here I got here mid-afternoon. I only had about 12 hours fishing on my hands. I was leaving in the morning, and there was about 7 fish in this little bay, and I thought, come on, this has got to be the night. My missus on the phone that night. Oh, wish you just bloody have one. It's getting on my nerves now. And yeah, 11 o'clock that night, right hand rod. As you'll see on the photo I'll probably show now, there's a little overhanging tree in this bay, and as the overhanging tree comes out, there's a little hump there, not like a bar, not like a plateau, but just a little raised hump, clear as anything the water was this day. And I could see this hump, and I could see the freshness, whether they've cleaned it or something. And yeah, 11 o'clock that night, that rod went, and a little scaly mirror at 21 pound. But it meant everything, that fish. It meant that I can catch them. It's always special, that first fish from a new water. And yeah, off the mark. Yeah, well, I will never forget this fish. It's one that will stay with my album forever. It's my favourite mirror from this lake, which I caught from this lake, shall I say. I got here about 2 weeks later after my first fish, full of confidence now, running along, and I started to notice these fish were visiting these bays. So back in the drain bay where I first see that common, and I got here that day and the drain was full of the fish. It was absolutely full of them. So run round, got my gear, plotted up, 3 rods out along the margins of the bay, and yeah, 6 o'clock in the morning, middle rod, massive drop back, ran into it, pulled up tight, and it gave me an absolute run around. I think it wiped out my left hand rod or something like that, but yeah, the run around it gave me was mad. And yeah, as it slipped over the net, I remember thinking, God, that's a big fish. And yeah, a fish, one of the A-team on my second fish. Beginner's luck or skill, probably beginner's luck, but I like to say skill. But yeah, I'll never forget that fish, one of the A-team. Yeah. Well, full of confidence I was now, and I started seeing more fish. I started getting to grips with the lake. I started knowing the depths of swims, as you do in the new lake. You know, it all builds up, all information keeps going and going and going. Sorry, I just thought I see a fish just then for that amazement, but I think it was a coot. Yeah. And the rig I caught both of the fish on was the same as well, and it was only fished with 1 rig, and I had 2 solid bags on the other rods, and this rod with that rig had gone twice, so now it was all 3 rods on this rig now. And yeah, steady run of fish, but then I noticed another method. I kept seeing them in the margins, and it was stalking time, and I first stalked my first fish out of the drain swim again. It was a lovely grey zip linear, and absolutely immaculate fish. And once I knew they could be stalked, then it was a steady run of stalking. I stalked one out of a corner just down here. Stalked about 3 or 4 on the trot then, and yeah, I was really getting to grips with the lake, and I was buzzing. Well, how can we forget, eh? It was a weekend actually. I'd got here, I had 24 hours, and the only place I could fit in was right at the other end of the lake. I'd been noticing for about the last 2 weeks, at 5:30 came and the fish was showing in the same spot down in Carp Free Bay, and right again, I was at the other end of the lake, and about 5 o'clock that evening, there they were in the Carp Free Bay, topping and tailing, and I could tell they was near the surface, and they was rolling like a ziggy, but it's like about 16-17 foot there, and that's when I made the change of tactic. I managed to get into the bay opposite, fishes the same water. I managed to get in there the next day around 3 o'clock, so I was buzzing, waiting for these fish to turn up, and again they did turn up. I then come to the conclusion that I needed to be fishing 2 foot under the surface, and the only way to do that was adjustable zigs. I'd never fished them before. I knew they was prone to tangling, so I was a bit wary. And as I set them up, I'd set them up with an 8-pound hook link, and I was getting tangles every cast, and he was getting nearer to 5 o'clock, and I thought these fish are going to turn up. So I reeled them in, put 12-pound hook links on, and bosh, solved the problem straight away. No more tangles, and I had the rods out 2 foot on the surface, waiting until 5 o'clock, and at 5 o'clock there they were. The fish were rolling, topping. The missus were on the phone saying, well, you said you're going to be home by 6. I said, yeah, I'm coming home, the fish are here. And she was taking the piss out of me with her mate, I think she was at the time, and I sent them a picture of the fish rolling and stuff, and they were saying, oh, you can't see him, he's blah. 6 o'clock came, and I thought, I've literally got to pack up now, I have to go. I'm going to give myself 5 minutes. And it's there for everyone to see on the video as well. 3 minutes past 6, the middle rod, bobbin just pulled up tight, and I know on a zig, if there's any sort of bleepage, you hit them. And I picked it up, wound in, fish on, and it absolutely gave me a run around. Tried to get in the snags in the right hand side, and if I didn't change that 12-pound hook link, I would not have landed this carp. And as it popped up, I thought, wow, 40-pounder straight away. That's the only thing I thought. I've scooped him up, he's gone straight into the net actually, no bother at all, and there he is, the ultimate prize, the biggest fish in the lake at the time. And yeah, job done. Well, after catching the halfling at 38.12, I knew this newfound tactic was going to be devastating, you know, and I really started to get a feel for the lake at this point, and really started to have a steady run of fish. I even lost one off the top that was going to be a PB surface fish. I actually see it was 30. It was definitely a 30 pounder, and my PB on the top is only 26 pound. So I was devastated at that loss. That was the only real devastation on the lake that really got to me. But all these fish, as you can see now, I started having was all due to adjustable zigs really. The odd one off the solid bag on the bottom, and the odd one on the rig I come up with, the like Ronnie combi rig. But the adjustable zigs really got me going on this lake. And yeah, I had some lovely fish, and yeah, couldn't have hoped for a better season really on here. I had the big one, but then after I had the big one, I already started thinking about what's next. Which brings me now to the future of myself and of the channel. So I put the feelers out. I realised that there is still some great fish in here to catch, but after having that big one, and I've got two 40 pounders, I've got a 40 pound mirror and a 40 pound common to my collection, and as an angler you always want to beat that, you know. And on here I weren't, in a few years time maybe, but on here right now I wasn't going to beat that, and I really wanted to be fishing for a 50 next year, whether that be on the day tickets or if I can get myself onto another lake that's owned by the same people that has absolutely got some hawkers in it and some big uns at that. So I got the news last week that I have got my ticket for that lake, and I am absolutely beside myself. Just thinking about it makes my hair stand up. It's got well over 20 40s in there, stacks of 30s, and it's got 3 50s, 3 big uns in there. So that will start in April. I've got a little trip to Florida in April the 14th, but as soon as I'm back from there, we're really going to attack this place. And yeah, hopefully it's 50 time. So 2020, the channel will be called Quest for a 50, and that's what I want to be doing. Also, where I've been doing these videos and the editing side of things, I was just playing at it. Everything's done with my phone. I'm just literally playing at it. I ain't even got a microphone, which I've just ordered. I've just ordered a microphone, and I'm still going to go down the phone route. But when I get back from Florida, I'm really going to invest in some camera equipment, and I'm really going to go away, because as much as I enjoy the fishing, I really enjoy the video side of it as well, and editing the videos. And I found a new hobby basically as well. So, and I can combine the two together, and it's brilliant. So I'm really going to go away and try to improve the quality of these videos. I've got some great feedback, you know. I've also got some rubbish feedback. I mean, some geezer had a right go at my music, but I like it, you know. If you don't like something, I want to improve this and improve the quality. If they don't get watched, they don't get watched. I couldn't really care. I really enjoy doing them. It's good for me. It's good for my mental health, and I just love doing it. But that's 2020. It's a shame to say goodbye to this place, because there's still some fish I'd like to have out here, but I think it's Terry Earn who said you can't catch them all. There's some that's got to be left behind, and in this case there's a few that I'm leaving behind on here. But that's it. That's basically what we've got in store coming up in 2020. I don't know how much fishing I'm going to get done between now and when we go to Florida, because obviously Florida's a very expensive holiday, and I've got to try and get the bucks together. But yeah, 2020 is going to be big, and hopefully big fish. Well, that's it. All that's left to do is pack up and say goodbye to this place, and join me next time, where you hopefully see me on the new Syndicate and that special Quest for a 50. Thanks for watching.